Hey everyone, welcome to another installment of Daily December, where I upload something to YouTube every single day, the entire month of December, 31 days of fun. We're in this together. Hopefully you're subscribed. Make sure that you are so you don't miss any of the 31 days of fun. Anyway, today I wanted to share some insights on ways to be more happy and i.e. more productive. I equate those kind of synonymously. I am not gonna have a good or happy day if it's been unproductive, unless I planned it to be that way. And the same, if I have a productive day, I feel fulfilled and I feel happy. In the last few years, people throw around phrases like, I just wanna be happy, or I just wanna feel good. And I think we define happy differently. For me, I've said this before, I've never wanted to say, I just want my kids to be happy, because if it was just about being happy, they would have never gone to school, they would have stayed in the game room and played video games all day and eaten junk food and been completely unproductive. So it's not about being happy, it's about being content. And for me, being content to me is a lasting feeling, whereas happy is a fleeting moment. I have moments of happiness throughout each day, but I like to have a constant feeling of contentment. I'm not one for highs and lows. I like kind of like this. And if you think about it, the people I know who take antidepressants, and I know a lot of people, it's a very commonly prescribed medication, they're not looking for, when they take an antidepressant, they are not looking to be high, like up here feeling all the time. They're trying to get out of this low. What they are hoping for is this nice, even middle ground. So that's what I'm talking about, that feeling of contentment in a more general positive light, but that's where I'm going. The tips I'm about to share with you obviously are my own opinions. They're the insights that I have gathered over the last 48 years. I will be 48 at the end of March. So there is that. Obviously, I feel very strongly about this. If none of this makes any sense to you, or you feel violently opposed to any of my ideas, that is okay. My way of going through life fits my little piece in the puzzle. It's not necessarily going to fit yours. But if you find yourself struggling, especially this time of year around the holidays, without COVID and pandemic and election and all that, without all that, the month of December can be very stressful, very depressing, and anxiety-ridden for a lot of us. Add in the rest of 2020, this could be a very difficult month for a lot of people, and I don't want to make light of that. I know a lot of people have been struggling throughout 2020, and this month could be catastrophic for some. So if any of these tips, some are silly, some are not, can help you in any way, that is why I am making this video. And please stay tuned to the very end, because I will be going off on a little rant and on a topic that's dear to my heart. All right, so tip number one sounds very silly and banal, but it is make your bed. First thing in the morning, when you get out of bed, maybe not first thing go to the bathroom. Then come back and make your bed. I know so many adult people who swear it makes no difference to them, and I'm telling you, I don't believe you. I believe as great as you think your day has gone, you make your bed, it's gonna go that much better. There is something about an organized workspace, an organized place to rest, and it is my strongly felt opinion that having a clean bedroom makes a huge difference on how you go through the rest of the day, and it sets you up for a better night's rest and a more peaceful sleep that will obviously line you up in a better light for the next day. It doesn't take very long. It is a simple routine, and I know there are plenty of adults who are saying, I'm a grown-up, I don't have to make my bed if I don't want to. Well, you don't have to brush your teeth either, especially now that we're all wearing masks in public, but you're doing that. I mean, obviously your teeth are gonna fall out if you don't brush your teeth. Nothing catastrophic is going to happen if you don't make your bed, but I am telling you, do a week straight of making your bed every day and come back and tell me if it hasn't made any difference to you at all. I'll believe you, but I'm just gonna challenge you to give it a week. Make your bed challenge. All right, that's number one. Number two, put something small in your morning routine that does bring you a little bit of joy. Maybe that's getting up 15 minutes earlier to read a book, if that's what you're into, or to watch a fun YouTube video. For me, it's getting up, making that first cup of coffee, and bringing it back into bed, reading a little bit, catching up on my emails, cuddling with my dogs for the first 15 to 30 minutes of the day while I drink my coffee. The key is that cup of coffee. If I know I have an early start, I'll get up that much earlier so I can still fit that time in. It's that transition from sleep to full on go, go, go. I like that, and I've built that into my day, and it does bring me a little bit of joy and gets the day started off just right. The next thing, go outside. Go outside first thing in the morning. Even under lockdown, there are no laws against you going out onto your front porch. Even if it's snowing, even if it's raining, even if it's miserable, expose yourself to sunlight for 10, 30 seconds first thing in the morning, maybe with your cup of coffee in hand. Breathe in the outside air. Put your face to the sun for a second. There is something about being outside, whether you are in a city setting, in the suburbs, out in the country. There's really something to be said about getting that breath of fresh air. A lot of these are old adages we've heard from parents and grandparents, and they make a lot of sense. Try to get outside, even if it's just for 30 seconds, take in that breath of fresh air, and then get on with your getting ready routine. The next 2 tips that I have for you are things I suggest you do the night before to get your day lined up and in a better place to start. And if you hear weird noises, that is my dishwasher running. I apologize for that, but real life. Okay, so I don't know what number we're on. Next tip, don't go to bed before you clean up your kitchen. Now, I'm not talking a deep clean, no. But what I'm saying is, if there's dishes draining in the sink, put them away. If there's stuff on the countertops, put them up, wipe down the countertops. That's it. Wipe down your countertops, empty your sink. Do not wake up to cluttered counters and a full sink, even if it's a full sink of clean dishes. Again, it's that the cluttered environment leads to a cluttered mind. There's probably a better way to say that, but I don't have any cute way of saying that. Just reducing clutter around you frees up some headspace. And there's something you're starting your day on a higher note if you walk into a clean kitchen. I mean, if you want to take it a step farther and start wiping off appliances and vacuuming the crumbs off the floor, knock yourself out. But at the very minimum, just wipe down the countertops. And most importantly, I think most of us are wiping down the countertops, but most importantly, empty out the dish drainer and the sink, put all those dirty dishes and or clean dishes away so you wake up to a clean slate the next day. And then the last tip that I have to share for you for having a more happy and productive day is to gather your thoughts the night before, or if you're not in the mood for that, at least have a notepad and pen by your bed, on your nightstand, or close by. Because to me, I find that I'm pretty good all day long. I don't get nervous or anxious about things, but it's in the night when my head starts racing, I've forgotten to do something, or I'm worried I'm gonna forget to do something, that throws off the whole night, and then I can't get that restful sleep. So what really helps me is either sit down as I'm getting into bed for the evening, jot down some things I wanna remember for the next day, a little to-do list, things like that, and keep that pad near your bed. So if you do wake up in the middle of the night, anxious, fixating on a thought that you're just so worried you're gonna forget, and I suggest this versus doing it on your phone, because the act of reaching for your phone and turning that light on in the middle of the night really disrupts your sleep. But if you have a big pad of paper and a big kind of marker pen, you can just kind of scribble it, and you don't have to worry how clean and neat it is. You'll figure it out the next day in the light of the day what you wrote down. It will, again, enable you to clear your mind. It's reducing that clutter, and then get on with your sleep. Now, these are all little easy tips. You've heard them from thousands of people in thousands of places. I'm just hoping that hearing them right now might be reaching out to one of you that just needs a little extra something, because maybe you're struggling a little bit. Now, some of you are struggling beyond just a little bit, and this is the soapbox part. I have grown up with, been dear friends with people who have struggled with mental illness my entire life. I lost a dear friend to suicide during college. To me, it is not something to make light of, although many of us unintentionally do, because there's certain phrases that are so part of our vocabulary that we don't even think about it. I've been guilty of slipping up myself. If you follow me on stories, I recently did that. To me, it is hateful, horrible, a tragedy that we have such a lack of access to mental health care. Just like there's urgent care clinics on every other street corner in the suburbs where I live, there is nothing for mental health, nothing. You can wake up with a sore throat and walk into an urgent care center, a CVS Minute Clinic, get your prescription and get on your way. But if you're waking up having an anxiety attack, a panic attack, obsessive thoughts, short of suicidal thoughts, there's just not enough easy resources and access. I can't tell you how many people I know, whether it's obsessive compulsive disorder, and that isn't just the TV version where you walk around the house counting your doorknobs and making sure your shoes are lined up. It can mean obsessive compulsive thoughts where you get stuck on a thought or idea in your head and it just literally becomes something you obsess about, to ADHD, which I don't really think of as a mental illness, but because it is a disorder associated with the brain, it tends to get lumped in there. People who know they have problems, they want to get help, and they reach out to a psychiatrist, a counselor, a psychologist, and they're told there's a 6 to 8 month wait list. It's unconscionable. It's a crisis we're having in our country, and I feel like so many of our society's problems could be solved if everyone had easy access to mental health care. That being said, I have heard of something, this is not sponsored, I have not tried it for myself yet, but I'm throwing this out there because I know a lot of you are dealing with this exact problem. There is a new concept, it's called, let me get this right, betterhelp.com, where you can set up an appointment with a mental health worker, whether it's a licensed psychiatrist, psychologist, counselor. They are licensed, state specific, and you do the whole thing through your phone. You do your sessions on the phone. You can be anywhere or nowhere. You could be in your pajamas in your bed. I just think this is one of the better things that's come out of 2020 is this leap from in-office healthcare to virtual healthcare. I have heard wonderful things about this program through friends of mine that have tried it. I haven't tried it myself, but I just wanted to get that resource out there. The brand does not know me. I am not personally endorsing it as something that I have tried, but for those of you that are struggling with a place to get help, this is a place. I don't want anybody to be struggling this time of year. So go check it out. If you've had experience with betterhelp.com and you feel comfortable sharing, let us know about your experience in the comments below. Also, if you have other resources similar to this, please share them. We really are all a community of friends here, whether you are right down the street from me in my own neighborhood, as a few of you watching are, or if you're watching on the other side of the world. I feel like we have built this amazing supportive community, and this is a great way to utilize it. So share those resources. Hope that my tips were helpful for anybody that just needed a little extra kick to get things going in the morning, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys.